You're watching the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN+. A beautiful day here in Abilene, Texas. Conference play gearing back up here in the big country. Abilene Christian and Seattle ready to battle college women's basketball. Now inside Moody Coliseum, I'm Owen Simpson alongside Andy Penny, and let's just talk about this matchup. Two teams, very different non-conference outcomes. ACU doing a really good job falling in that double overtime matchup. Seattle also 0-1 in conference play. How do you get back on track at this point in time?
Both teams had to hit the reset button as conference play started, and unfortunate first weekends for both. ACU losing in double overtime to Utah Valley. Seattle U losing in a competitive game to the conference champion of a year ago, California Baptist. But an opportunity to hit that reset button again. That's all in the rearview mirror now. Big game today as one of these teams tries to avoid going 0-2 in conference. The other one will get back to 500.
Non-conference play in the past. Now it's about what's in the present. Let's take a look at our impact players on both sides. For ACU, Mia Rivers looking really good, playing a lot of minutes in their loss in double overtime. And on the other side, Strickland has looked impressive over the past couple games.
Yeah, Rivers played 46 of the 50 minutes in that double overtime game. She's really solidified herself as the point guard for Julie Goodenough's team. But now it's her responsibility to get this offense going. Players like Peyton Hull, Mella Earl, etc., get them going offensively. Tamia Strickland's been the offense for Seattle U here each of the last two games. She's been in double figures, including 17 against California Baptist. Had 3 games in that. Can she get that Seattle U offense going?
Should be interesting to see it on the road. The Red Hawks 1-6 away from home this season, trying to get their first win in conference play, but the Wildcats looking for the same outcome back home, trying to get win number 12 on the season.
Thanks, guys. In their first conference game of the 2024-2025 season, the Wildcats fell in double overtime to Utah Valley. Last season, they also had a double overtime loss to SFA 89-82. After that conference game, they went on to win 3 of their next 4 in WAC play. They'll look to get on a similar hot streak here today against Seattle University. Guys, back to you.
Back ready for the 10th conference play. Game number 2 for both of these squads. Seattle going with a lot of size once again. That's been their go-to. ACU going quickly, right up inside. It's good. Ella Earl strikes quickly for the Wildcats. It's 2-0.
Oh, and today's going to be about pace and tempo. ACU wants to go up and down in a hurry. Seattle used the half-court set. Who's going to determine pace and tempo here early?
ACU, one of the best teams in the country in turnover margin. They've been a little sloppy with the basketball, but it's the aggressiveness that has paid off for them in non-conference play. Now trying to feed it inside. Troxel, turn around, fouled and headed to the free throw line for 2. You like the aggressiveness early on from this starting 5 for the Wildcats. Bella Earl and Peyton Hull. 17th start of the season in 17 games. They really relied on that experienced guard group to carry this team offensively.
Well, this is a team that has the experience with the names that you've mentioned. And the 4 of the 5 on the floor are returners from a year ago. We previewed Mia Rivers in our open, the grad transfer running the point guard. This is an experienced group that's really starting to gel for the Wildcats.
Troxel goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Nearly 80% on the season from the charity stripe. There's the Seattle U starting 5. Got several players 6 feet or taller. Sitting 3-11 on the season, coming off a tough loss to Cal Baptist, but a nice feed underneath the baskets. Edo Paiva gets Seattle on the board.
Well, it's a great look by Liggett. That's exactly what Seattle U loves to do. Their MO, getting a half-court set, get something easy underneath.
And there's Mays feeding inside the paint on both sides. ACU having a lot of success now, bringing the full court press. Seattle able to get past it, get across their side. It's all about the tempo like you talked about, Andy. Trying to set the tone on both sides. Seattle looked good in that first half against Cal Baptist to start conference play. They led at halftime, and they were outscored 23-13 in that third quarter. Couldn't bounce back. And we have a carry, first turnover for Seattle. Good defense thus far from the Wildcats, and there was that help defense and forcing another all too common forced turnover thanks to the Wildcat defense.
Well, both teams applying some early pressure here, maybe not to force turnovers in the backcourt, but more to eat some shot clock in the backcourt.
Nice pass from Earl inside to Rivers, an easy layup. The points coming in bunches. Selfless basketball to start this first quarter.
That's a great look. Bella Earl. Bella leads the team in assists, had 7 versus Utah Valley a week ago.
Now Strickland, tough shot inside, won't fall. Offensive rebound. Seattle get another chance at it. Redhawks just looking for an opportunity, but the defense being pesky early on. Take a look at Seattle this season, really struggling defensively, giving up a lot of open opportunities. Their opponents are shooting 45% from the field. That's a number that isn't going to breed a lot of success.
No, maybe the disadvantage with height is you lose the ability to defend, especially in open space. You see ACU already spread the floor and had an opportunity. One entry pass to Meredith Mays for an easy finish. You saw the give and go last time with Rivers.
Trying to get it up, won't fall. And it'll stay with the Redhawks for another opportunity. Just a couple minutes passed here in the first quarter. So we have a stoppage out on the floor for a moment. And back to action.
Oh, and the officials reset the shot clock, but after thinking about it, they put it back down to 8.
5 seconds left. Loose ball underneath the paint. Good defense. Another forced turnover from the Wildcats, looking to push it. Open opportunity, decides to take it inside. Swings it. Up front. Great ball movement from ACU. Earl now with it. Stepping back, hesitates, over to the corner. That shot is blocked. Good defense from Seattle. Edopaima, the freshman. There is head coach Skylar Young in his second season with Seattle. This is his first college head coaching job as he's trying to rebuild this program. It was a tough season last year, going just 6-23. Another turnover from Seattle. But again, it's the toughest thing that any coach can try to overcome, building a culture that you want to see out on display. And again, it doesn't happen overnight. That's something that takes time, and for many coaches can take multiple seasons.
Well, inherited a roster a year ago. He's overhauled it this year, but it's young. Only 11 on the roster for Coach Young this year.
ACU Wildcats, open three-point attempt, too strong. Loose ball, ACU has it back for the moment. Now Troxel, open three-pointer from the same spot, it's good. Open three opportunity, and she cashes in.
Oh, and that's a hustle play, extra opportunity by the long rebound, run down by Bella Earl, the offensive rebound, and Emma at 33% on the year from deep, her 22nd of the year.
Mismatch underneath, and the foul, and one opportunity. That's the response the Redhawks needed. Christina Bryan underneath. And a good mismatch with Bella Earl on her.
That's one of the first times we've seen Seattle U be successful with the full court pressure, able to get numbers in the front court after breaking the pressure, and Bryan a nice attack, able to finish. Get to the free throw line, chance for a three-point play for the grad student that transferred from Georgia State.
Yeah, 19 points earlier in the season, finding success wherever she can. 15th appearance on the season. 60% from the free throw line this season, and cashes in. Three-point play. Redhawks respond. Now ACU trying to bounce right back. Big issue in ACU's loss against Utah Valley was the turnovers, but they've been clean thus far. Another nice take inside. Hull with the easy score.
Yeah, the leading scorer in the WAC takes her. She's the last of the 5 starters to get on the board, but finds a seam, gets the layup.
And make it another turnover. And there's head coach Julie Goodenough, still fired up after the last play. And her resume speaks for itself here at ACU. Over 200 wins with the Wildcats. Nice backdoor pass, well defended. They'll try it again. Success and persistence underneath. Troxel is getting open wherever she can. She's up to 7 points.
Well, that's a great look. Brianna Davis, the point guard, the transfer from North Texas, just beats the defender with the dribble. We've seen it multiple times already. It's either driving lanes or passing lanes for ACU. They're a step quicker than Seattle U here in this first 4 minutes.
And then just careless mistakes like that. The 5th turnover in just 4 minutes for Seattle. That is not going to breed success. Averaging 19 turnovers a game. They're -2 in the turnover margin this season. It's been a big Achilles heel for them. Hull dishes inside to Troxel, back out. On the attack, left-handed layup, making it look too easy. Brianna Davis, the junior guard transfer from North Texas, cashing in, 17-5 advantage ACU. Rare open 3 opportunity, won't fall.
Already 6 Wildcats in the scoring column.
Now Hull, up to Earl, top of the key. They continue to try and feed inside, and a bad pass that time. First turnover of the afternoon for ACU. Seattle trying to cash in, offensive foul. Setting the charge, Troxel.
Well, Edopaiba gets the steal on one end, tries to go coast to coast. It was off of the bad pass of Troxel, who makes up for it, and that's part of Emma's game there. She's so good at that. Took 16 charges as a freshman a year ago. She's trying to eclipse that number and makes up for the mistake. The bad pass on one end, gets the charge on the other.
ACU's made their last 4 shot attempts. Earl over to the corner, open 3-point shot, rolls around, no good. A heat check for the Wildcats. Now Seattle moving. Trailing by 12 on the road, midway through the first quarter. Walker. Seattle struggling to find something, and it's another turnover for Seattle. 12-point advantage for the Wildcats. It is all ACU early on here at Moody Coliseum. Back here in Abilene, Texas, ACU off to a hot start. ACU off to a hot start here at Moody Coliseum, 17-5. After the first media timeout, it's been all about the turnover game to start this one.
Yeah, 7 Seattle turnovers already, just 5.5 minutes in. 9 points cashed in by the Wildcats. 5 assists on 7 field goals, too. It's been defense to offense. It's also been the half-court offense for the Wildcats, cashing in on extra opportunities.
Yeah, ACU very efficient offensively, 7 for 11 shooting. Now Earl off a nice screen from Mays, making that one look easy. Again, it's attacking inside the paint. We've seen that a lot from the Wildcats to start this one.
ACU's a step faster on all 5 positions thus far.
Good defense. You said it, Andy. Now Earl swinging it over to the left. Trying to find some space.
Just the execution of offense, a step faster. Turnover there, but everywhere on the floor, they're a step faster, whether that's in their set, whether that's pick and roll or pick high screen, whatever that is, they're a step faster. And even on shot fakes, Seattle U leaving the floor. Bella gets an open look after the shot fake.
Yeah, Redhawks need to be more disciplined if they want to bounce back here on the road, trailing big early. Seattle's already going deep into the rotation as well. Walker with it on the right shoulder. Thought about the 3, pass is high, and it'll be another Seattle turnover. A scoring drought over 3 minutes now for the Redhawks.
Yeah, that's just unforced turnover. You're just running your half-court offense, and just on the reversal, Benaruga just sails it over the head of Edopaiba. Shots are going to be at a premium today. ACU with 12 shots, Seattle U with only 7 field goal attempts here thus far, and it's because of just unforced turnovers in the half-court set.
Hull, a little one-on-one. Contact, good defense, no whistle. Seattle takes over. Liggett being well defended. Just trying to get a little bit of ball movement for Seattle. Try and spread things out. Deep 2-pointer, in and out, no good. Defense standing strong again for the Wildcats. Now looking to go on the attack. Another 3-point attempt, that one's short. Seattle trying to settle in here. It's getting now a couple defensive stops in a row. Can they build off of that?
Well, here it's kind of that second wind here. Can Seattle, they've sustained kind of the first wave of emotion here and a good start by ACU. Can Seattle settle in and get some offense generated?
Nice take, but an offensive foul.
And guess who it is?
Once again, Troxel like clockwork. Take a look one more time. Nice angle down here.
And look how far she had to run. She's at the far wing, recognizes a driving lane down baseline. It's her responsibility to get over and help defense. She recognizes it early. She busts her tail to get in position, and she gets in position. Second charge she's taken here in the first quarter.
Been a fairly clean game thus far. Only 3 personal fouls for Seattle, 1 for ACU. Good defense, forcing a turnover. Bella Earl there, a little lackadaisical. Now going on the attack. A lot of steps, no whistle. And that one goes out of bounds. We'll stay with Seattle. It's getting a little messy inside the paint on both sides now.
Well, give Seattle U credit, starting to defend a little bit better down to the post as Strickland was able to get the steal there. Extra opportunity here as that one goes out on Bella Earl.
Good job getting it in. Turnaround. It's good. Christina Bryan ends an 8-0 run for the Wildcats.
She's at 8.5 a game. Need that size on the inside to pay out. Wow, what a reverse.
Reverse layup, Peyton Hull. The aggressive take inside pays off. ACU responds just like that. Liggett defended the entire way up, and nearly another turnover.
Well, there's a reason why Peyton Hull's the leading scorer in the WAC. It's because she can shoot the 3 or she can take defenders off the dribble. Both of her buckets today have been right at the glass, and that's a thing of beauty there on the reverse.
6 Wildcats have already scored here in the first quarter. 6 turnovers for Seattle in the last 5 minutes.
2-3 zone for the first time, Owen.
Get a little extra aggressive 3-point shot, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound. Loose ball though, and ACU trying to maintain possession, and we have a jump ball.
Jump ball possession arrow favors Seattle.
If your ACU hates give up the offensive board, but you like the aggressiveness after though, to force a tie-up.
Yeah, give credit to Lucy Larson, the freshman out of Seattle. Did not play last week versus Cal Baptist. Coach Young went with a short bench, only played 8 last week versus California Baptist. Larson was not one of those who played, but early action here in the first quarter. She gets the second opportunity.
Yeah, the hometown kid out of West Seattle High School. And we have a foul on ACU. Talking about a fairly clean game thus far. Only the second personal foul for ACU. The first on Hull. Just under 90 seconds left in the first quarter.
And right back to a half-court man-to-man.
Tough 3-point shot, it's good. A prayer that Seattle needed. Juliana Walker, the senior, stepping up.
Well, Walker shoots it at 28%. That's her game. She likes the 3-point shot. Hasn't shot it well this year, just 2 for her last 19, but off to a good start there. She makes that one.
Flipping inside, Chavez had a nice dish inside and can't connect. Seattle trying to get it back within single digits. And we have a stoppage.
Yeah, and the shot clock still reads 30 seconds, so the officials will have to take a review at this one. After the flip and miss on the opposite end, the shot clock never started on Seattle U's possession.
Nice little sidestep 3-pointer from Walker. Playing a season at Syracuse before transferring to the Red Hawks.
And she's one that's been with Skylar Young since he came on. As a matter of fact, played the year prior to Coach Young taking over the program. So she's a fixture for Coach Young, a foundational piece as he's trying to build something there at Seattle.
So they're trying to do some math over there, seeing what it needs to be adjusted to on the shot clock. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. I tell you, all things considered, given how much ACU has dominated this first quarter, for Seattle only be trailing by 11, nearing the end of the first quarter, I think they have to be fairly pleased with how they've responded.
Well, I think the conversation right now, if you're Coach Young and Seattle U, is we have to take care of the basketball. We can't turn it over 9 times in the first quarter. We're not getting the shot attempts because of that. We're losing out on possessions, but really it has to start on the defensive end too. It's again, ACU's been one step quicker. 16 of ACU's 21 points are in the paint. ACU's known for 3-point shots. They haven't had to do it today. They've been able to pound the paint, get the ball in the bucket from way down on the inside.
So they take it down to 20 seconds on the shot clock. Have an opportunity to go 2 for 1 if they so choose. Looking to take their time here in no rush. Liggett surveying the field. Now going on the attack. Well defended by Hull. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Going back to Walker. Turnaround. Deep 2. It's good. Clutch in the final minute and a half.
Not much you can do if you're the Wildcats there. You play great defense for 28 seconds of that possession. Walker just able to get a little bit of space and hit one from 18 feet.
Shot clock turned off. 4 seconds. 3 on the attack. Woodson. Tough shot. No good. And that is the end of the first quarter. ACU with a 21-12 advantage. The Red Hawks trying to march their way back into action on the road.
And welcome back inside Moody Coliseum. Your Wildcats with a 21-12 lead after the first quarter. Wildcats been hot since ending conference play. They ended their non-conference schedule on a 9-game win streak, including an undefeated month of December. This streak included key victories over Florida International and Sacramento State twice, and a win against New Mexico in the Lobo Invitational. During the streak, the Wildcats had several key contributors, including Peyton Hull's 2 29-point performances and Amia Rivers' 8-steal game. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Roman. Back here at Moody Coliseum, second quarter underway, and that's what we were talking about, the non-conference play. It was a great run for ACU. It was not so great for Seattle. That's in the past. It's now about the games that, as coaches will say, these are the games that truly matter.
I think, more than wins and losses, of course wins and losses matter, but both teams said, were we better than what we were in November? I think Julie Goodenough would say that. I even think Skylar Young would say that. Are we better than where we were in November? And I think both of these coaches would say yes. The records may be a little bit different, but at the end of the day, and as we talked about in the pregame, last week it all started again. Both of these teams stubbed their toe last week. So to add some importance here, game number 2 of a 16-game schedule, how important this thing really is.
ACU cashes in on a couple free throws from Hull, and it's back up to double digits, 23-12. ACU led by as many as 14 in that first quarter. And it looked like nearly a carry up front. Bella Earl wanted it instead. Mays forces a turnover.
And Mays able to get around the position there of Bryan, get her hands in the passing lane.
There's Earl. She loves that shot. Wouldn't fall that time. Seattle has weathered the early storm. Trying to get it back to single digits early here in the second quarter.
Seattle U 5 out, nobody inside the 3-point line.
She's been clutch, and she continues. Walker, 8 points. Coming off the bench today. 23-15. Hull, nice one-on-one. Makes them miss inside. And it's back up to 10 points advantage. Peyton Hull, 8 points, 3 for 6. On the afternoon.
Well, Peyton's not going to be able to be defended today in the one-on-one. Help defense is going to have to come and help on Peyton. She's just able to get to the rim. She's done it 3 times.
And another one. Third offensive foul of the afternoon for Seattle. ACU, give credit to them. They are stepping up. And this time it's Earl.
And again, it's in help defense. Walker's been effective around the three-point line, so an opportunity to drive because ACU having to close out on the three-point line. But the help defense of Bella Earl comes over, charge number 3.
Really good enough to keep takeaways from this matchup or own the paint and force turnovers. They've done exactly that so far. Looking to build off of it now with a 10-point advantage. But that time, a careless pass intercepted by the Redhawks. And just like that, giving it right back. Look at the speed from Earl. Cannot be denied. Bella Earl, 6 points.
And Taisha Kozlova just lost her footing out in the open floor. ACU really caught a break after a bad pass in the half court. Everybody's out of position. Earl able to get the steal, and just her speed, she's able to outrun Bryan and get the layup on the right side.
We've been talking about that as the difference. They just seem a lot faster, and then just some careless mistakes from Seattle. 12 turnovers already for the Redhawks.
12 turnovers versus just 14 shot attempts thus far. 6 of 14, not shooting it bad at 43%, just not getting shots on the rim.
And another costly pass, 13 turnovers here in the first half. Going deep into the rotation now for the Wildcats. PK pass inside now from Earl and headed to the free throw line, Meredith Mays. The selfless basketball continues. It looks like Mays might have taken a little slap to the face.
It's not quite pick and roll, it's more three-man game, but Mays sets the screen for PK to get to the top of the key. They reverse it backside to the wing, and during all of that, Mays has rolled to the block, and it's an easier pass from that wing for Mays to make the catch and drop that pivot foot down to the baseline. She's able to draw the foul, the sophomore from Bixby at the free throw line.
First one, short, no good. Mays 60% from the free throw line this season. Something she's continued to work on from her freshman year. Both opportunities at the charity stripe, no good, but will stay with the Wildcats. Another break for ACU. PK to throw it in. Freshman out of Spain finds Earl. Back to PK in the corner. Three-point attempt. Short and no good. Seattle catches a break after giving the Wildcats a couple opportunities. Now going on the attack.
Boy, just nowhere to penetrate. There's a good backdoor cut.
Beautiful backdoor pass and feed. Benarugu. Back to a 10-point game. It's kind of been steady around this range for the past 5 minutes or so. And a bad pass, miscommunication between Davis and PK.
Oh, and this is when Seattle U's been effective. When they get in their half-court sets, a great backdoor look, great view of it there. Benaruga makes the bucket. The transfer from North Texas as well. Have 2 transfers from North Texas on the floor. Benaruga with Seattle U. Of course, Brianna Davis with ACU, who just checked out, but 2 former Mean Green participants here in this one today.
That foul on Rivers. Be the first personal on Rivers. 27-17. Good double team by the Wildcats. And feed off the floor, another turnover for Seattle. Let's take a look at the keys to the game for this contest and a lot of what we talked about from the pregame as well.
Yeah, Seattle has to have quality possessions. They're defending the 3 well, just 1 for 8 thus far for ACU. For the Wildcats, it's all about tempo and effective bench play. Seattle U only played 8 versus Cal Baptist. ACU has the advantage as far as depth of the roster, but have to see it from the bench today, already 6 in the scoring column.
Got an offensive foul on Bella Earl. Moving screen. So the turnovers starting to pile up on both sides. Not as much, though, from ACU. 6 turnovers, and now 15 for Seattle U. Earl, open three, it's good. Cashes that one in. It's a 13-point advantage. 17 points for Seattle, 15 turnovers.
And that's just a ill-advised pass in the backcourt. No reason to throw that pass.
3-point attempt, short. Liggett can't connect, she's 0 for 2 tonight. And blocking foul wasn't set. Could have been a costly mistake for the Wildcats. But again, this is where ACU finds most of its success, moving quickly after a defensive stop. That time, fortunate not to have an offensive foul. ACU 55% from the floor. Earl off of the nice screen from Mays. Mays goes inside for the offensive board. Second opportunity from triple. Won't fall. There's Bella Earl. Mays will get a shot attempt. Loose ball all over the floor, and Seattle has it for the time being.
Wow. 3 good looks for the Wildcats, but Seattle U stuck with it and come out with the loose basketball.
Benaruga says, thank you very much. I'll try one out. 5 points for the center. Now Earl trying to answer back, and she does. Flying from distance.
Well, Benaruga just her 4th 3 of the year, and after a good defensive set, you get the 3, you get back within 10, and Bella Earl able to get one back. Her 2nd today, 23rd of the year.
Larson.
You know, Bella's closing in on 1,000 points in her career. Needed 20 today to get to 1,000.
Back-to-back turnovers there. That triple, no good, but a foul on the Wildcats. Rivers will pick up her 2nd foul as we head to media timeout. Bella Earl enjoying the shot from distance.
With the healing ministry of Jesus Christ, advancing medicine and healthcare through clinical research. In 1924, Hendrick Health was founded by pioneering West Texans who believed in caring for each other. That legacy lives on today, together for better health.
After 23 seasons as a professional playing and working in baseball, leadership in sports are things I deal with every day. I feel like I have my master's in baseball field experience, but I wanted the formal degree to go along with it. I needed something flexible with my schedule, and I wanted a school that shared my faith and values. That's why ACU's Master's in Sports Leadership was the right fit for me.
Pursue your undergraduate or graduate degree online at Abilene Christian.
And welcome back inside Moody Coliseum. The Wildcats with a 33-20 lead over Seattle, and a huge piece of that is Peyton Hull. In 16 games this season, Peyton Hull has amassed 295 total points, which ranks first in the Western Athletic Conference. Averaging just over 18 points per game, Hull also leads the WAC in free throw percentage at 83.6. The preseason all-WAC selection will look to continue her impressive season as ACU begins conference play in hopes of making the appearance in the WAC tournament for the 4th consecutive year since joining the conference in 2021. Owen, back to you.
Thank you, Roman. 33-20 ACU. It's been all about forcing turnovers. That's what we expected coming into this contest. It's been a weakness for both teams, but ACU doing a much better job protecting the rock.
Yeah, already 16 turnovers for Seattle U compared to just 7 for the Wildcats, and 16 points off of those 16 turnovers that ACU has generated. So that's been a big key. 20 points in the paint already for the Wildcats. And again, one of Julie Goodenough's emphasis today was pound the rock in the paint. It's been effective thus far.
And the turnover bug has been an issue for Seattle all year long. They've had 2 games this year of over 30 turnovers. They had 38 against Air Force back in non-conference play, and currently on pace to beat that mark. Redhawks looking to respond, though. Walker's been hot. She decides to give it up. 3-point attempt, no good. ACU looking to expand on their lead, but not even looking. Miscommunication again. And another turnover for the Wildcats. That was Chavez, and didn't even see it coming.
Owen Roman talked about Peyton Hall and the success she's had scoring the points this year. Bella Earl the same in her 4-year career. She needed 20 today to get to 1,000, already with 12 for Bella.
And well on her way, as you mentioned, another turnover for Seattle. Just becoming all too common. 17 turnovers. Just 20 points. What's been even more impressive, the Wildcats really going aggressive inside the paint. They have as many points in the paint as Seattle has scored here today. 20 points inside the paint. Troxel at the top of the key. Maybe a little more patient. Peyton Hull. 3-point attempt. Too strong. Mays trying to hold on to it. Cannot. Instead, it's Earl. 14. 6 away from 1,000 on her career.
You know, Bella, I know she was disappointed the way she played last week in that loss to Utah Valley, has really come out with a vengeance today. She's owning the floor.
The second team all-conference selection from a season ago. Catching stride here in the first half. 15-point advantage. Jump stop. Kick back out. Walker from distance. Won't fall. Loose ball, and it will stay with ACU. And Walker, a rare miss from her. She was 2 for 3 from distance before that shot.
The thing about Walker, she's a catch and fire type of shooter, or off the dribble type of shooter. Doesn't need a screen to create some space, and will shoot it out of rhythm, I would say, maybe, you know, not in desperation, but maybe you're thinking, okay, she hadn't set the feet yet, she's not going to shoot this, and all of a sudden she does. But because of that and the unique style that she's able to get one up, she's been successful today.
Troxel nearly lost it. Trying to find a little backdoor cut, cannot. Troxel to Hall. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Great pass inside to Mays. 3 seconds. Hull on the attack, one-on-one. And good defense from Seattle U.
Maybe their best defensive possession of the entire afternoon.
Walker, a 3-pointer. Too strong. And Troxel just trying to hang on to it.
Again, that's an unconventional 3 in transition. You just play great defense for 30 seconds and don't allow your offense to get set, get a quality shot.
Mays turnaround, off target, offensive rebound for Earl. Mays will get it back, and she cashes in. Mays her second field goal of the afternoon. 17-point advantage. A scoring drought of over 3.5 minutes now for Seattle U. Guarding well outside, now going in. Nice move. And an and one opportunity for Seattle. Good job avoiding the offensive foul there as Bella Earl was setting up to get another charge.
Well, Paiva finally finds a seam from the left wing and gets the step through there at the bucket. And a chance for a three-point play. Foul on Earl, that's her second, so we'll keep an eye on that. Edapaiva, though, on the floor with 3 personals. Earl wanted to take the charge, but the step through, able to get the three-point play.
It ends a 7-0 run for the Wildcats. Back to a 14-point game. Just over 90 seconds left until halftime. ACU trying to build on their advantage here in the second quarter. They've outscored Seattle U 16-11. Mays trying to get open inside. Instead, Hall from distance, off target left. Right back with the Redhawks. Been a tough stretch offensively from ACU over the past few possessions. Seattle trying to get back in this one before halftime. No whistle, letting them play on. Walker. Good hesitation. The bigs out top, going inside. Good defense from Mays, and ACU gets another stop.
Again, it's a 5-out look. Benaruga this time. Probably one of the last you would think to put it on the floor, listed as a post, but Meredith Mays, good defense.
Good aggressive take from Peyton Hall after the air ball 3 on the previous possession. Now headed to the free throw line.
Again, it's Peyton's versatility here. The three-point shot on the last possession, she rushed it, and the result of it showed. But Peyton's game is so diversified. One night it's from the three-point line, and the next it's driving the basketball to the basket. That's what's been effective for her here in this first half. Everything coming from the inside.
So that foul on Liggett, that's her second personal. Missed free throw from Hull. WAC Freshman of the Year from last season. Goes 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. 84% from the free throw line this year. It's back to a 15-point advantage. Walker, good pass over to the corner, three-pointer. No good. ACU looking to move it. They go 2 for 1.
Oh, good step
Nice
through.
take, and it's good.
Great hesitation in the open floor. Little stop and start, Davis.
Just about a 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Liggett, the pass, and foul. So that'll stop the clock for the time being. Larson was going on the take.
On the Wildcats at number 22, Paula Pinker. That's her first team foul.
Larson will head to the free throw line.
That puts the Redhawks in the bonus at the line, shooting to number 22.
Oh, and 34 shot attempts compared to 23 for Seattle. Again, that comes back to taking care of the basketball and you know, respecting your possessions and not giving those up via the turnover.
Yeah, 17 turnovers has really hurt Seattle in this first half. And, you know, with that big of a number, frankly, I think they're fortunate to only be down 15 at this point in time. 10 seconds left until half. Looking to go inside once again. Troxel from deep. No good, still a chance. Gets it off in time, and that will send us to the break. ACU with a 40-25 advantage. Wildcats shooting 46% from the field. In the first half, led by Bella Earl's 14 points, 7 rebounds, as Earl has been phenomenal. Wildcats looking to get their first win in conference play here at Moody Coliseum, as we will send it over courtside to Roman Raffelli.
Thanks, guys. Coach, what'd you like from your team in that first half?
I thought our defensive intensity was really good. You know, I feel like they're scoring if we lose our girl. I mean, as long as we see ball, see girl, I feel like we're doing a pretty good job defending.
Bella and Peyton have both had really good first halves. What do you want to see from the team offensively in the second half?
Yeah, I need everybody to rebound the way Bella's rebounding. I mean, Bella's getting a piece of almost every offensive rebound down here. Need everybody to get in and participate with that.
Awesome. Good luck in the second half, Coach.
As Coach said it, Bella Earl, 7 rebounds, a third of the team's total. ACU by 15 here at home. We'll be back in just a moment. Country ACU women's basketball with a 40-25 advantage over Seattle U as we are about to begin the third quarter action. Welcome you courtside. I'm Owen Simpson alongside Andy Benny here at Moody Coliseum. It was all Bella Earl, especially in that second quarter. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 on the offensive side as well. She's doing it all.
Yeah, Julie Goodenough said that. Said, hey, if the rest of the team will rebound like what Bella Earl is doing, we're going to be in good shape. And yeah, Bella 14 and 7, as you mentioned. The Wildcats as a team taking care of business too. 18 points off turnovers, 26 points in the paint. Turnovers really the name of the game. Seattle U you can't turn it over 17 times and be effective, and that's really the tail of the tape while they're down by 15 here at half. Absolutely, the turnovers have been key all year long for Seattle, a big issue. They've had 2 games this year with over 30 turnovers, and already, as you mentioned, 17 turnovers back in the first half. And just taking a look at some of the plays, we talked about it early on, especially in the first quarter. It just seemed like ACU was just faster. That made the big difference for them. Really a step ahead everywhere. When Seattle U was able to get in their half-court sets, they had some success, but you can see here, Peyton Hull off the dribble, able to get to the rim multiple times there in the first half, as Hull had 9 points, Troxel had 7. But again, half-court sets were the thing. Juliana Walker shooting the 3. She had 8 in the first half. Brian had 5 in the first half, as did Benaruga and Edapaiba. So good balance as far as scoring, but for Seattle U, but just not enough. Something I really loved from ACU's offense was how aggressive they were trying to go inside the paint. 26 points coming from the paint in that first half. Seattle trying to go inside to start the second half. Troxel defending, nice turnaround hook shot as it drops. Good response. Strickland getting on the board for the first time. Again, half-court set for Seattle U, able to get a nice, easy look. Beautiful lob from Peyton Hull, feeding right in to Troxel. 42-27, ACU with a great look, good response after giving up the score on the first possession in the third quarter. And it pushes Troxel up to 9. Of course, Emma doing her thing defensively with taking 2 charges there in that first half. Trying to find some space, lobbing that one up, no good. Rebound Wildcats. Chance to run. Troxel, 2-on-2. Pull up jumper, it's good. Looking good there. And Troxel in rhythm, 11 points. That's just smart. Get the ball to the center of the floor, 3-on-2. Nobody picks up Emma. She'll just take the jump stop, hit the 8-foot jumper. And there's the elbow from Seattle. It's an offensive foul. And that one looked pretty obvious from our point of view, but how about that? Good awareness, trying to create some space, make sure that you don't make it a tougher shot than it needs to be. And it's a timeout on the floor. Seattle trailing 44-27 on the road. The Wildcats looking for that first win in conference play. Back here at Moody Coliseum, and we were just informed from the officials, taking a look on a potential flagrant foul, as you see on that replay. Was initially called an offensive foul. It will stay as a common foul, so it'll stay with ACU. Yeah, Liggett with that reversal there, trying to create space with the off forearm. That elbow got a little high on Rivers. It was up around the throat neck area, so the officials did take a second look. But just a common foul, but Wildcats will get possession after another Seattle U turnover. 2 Wildcats in double figures scoring. Troxel with 11, Bella Earl with 14. It's the 10th game this year that Troxel has gotten into double figures. That 3-point attempt, no good. And offensive rebound, jump ball will stay with the Wildcats. Oh, and you talk about Emma Troxel. I think Emma Troxel, Meredith Mays are the cogs that make this team go. Bella's going to get her points. Peyton Hull's going to get her points. It's the efficiency of those two with offensive rebounding and consistency of putting up 8 to 10 to 12 points a night that really make this Wildcat team go. Yeah, they've done a really good job this year. Now trying to replicate it in conference play. Troxel from deep to strong, and Mays gets the offensive board. Now her going on the attack. Up and good off the backboard. 19-point advantage for ACU. You're not going to see Meredith put it on the floor too many times. No. But a long offensive rebound and a chance to drive the bucket, get downhill, and Meredith able to finish.
And just beat her right out of the gate. Meredith Mays, 6 points, 3 for 5 shooting. It's a 6-0 run for the Wildcats. Trying to end that run. Quick pass over to the corner. Good job swinging at 3-point attempts. Nothing falling right now for Seattle U.
Yeah, and that's one that Edipaiba's got to take. She gets that close to the rim and then kicks it back out to the corner. She's got to take that shot.
Mays thought about the three instead, dishing it inside to Troxel, who gets it rejected. Now Earl trying to get the offense back in rhythm. The feed, jump shot, it's good. Davis, or excuse me, Rivers.
Well, again, extra opportunity, one step quicker everywhere, whether it's getting to an offensive board, penetration, whatever it is, one step faster. Rivers able to get that shot in.
Looking for the jump ball, and it'll be staying with Seattle. Good defense from Hull. And take a look at this from Rivers. We talked about her playing 46 minutes in the last game. The stamina is there for the guard. Wildcats with a big advantage, 21 points with just under 7 to go here in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here at Moody Coliseum. It's the largest lead of the afternoon for the Wildcats, 48-27, and an 8-0 run for Abilene Christian. The Redhawks looking to respond, try and get something going offensively here in this third quarter. Tough shot, short, Mays with the rebound.
Yeah, desperation there by Liggett. Coming out of the timeout, Seattle U only had 14 on the shot clock after a jump ball was called. So I think a little bit of coming out and being unaware that the shot clock was already halfway down.
Scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes for the Redhawks. Earl to Mays, wide open, Rivers. Too strong, and Seattle gets it back. Going on the attack, coast to coast. Can't get it to drop. It'll be ACU basketball.
Well, that rim is just unkind to the visitor right now. Good push out of the miss by ACU, but now a scoring drought of 3.5 minutes, 0 for their last 4. Turnovers have gone down here in the second half, but just still unable to make shots.
Here's Earl, one-on-one, and another 4 points away from that 1,000-point mark.
Well, big key today for ACU has been ball reversal, getting the ball on the opposite side before the defense has a chance to rotate.
And that's going to drive head coach Goodenough crazy after the make. Just a defensive lapse from the Wildcats.
Edipaiba, the easy finish.
Good stop from Seattle. Nearly a turnover there. Double teamed. Good job getting it out of trouble. Tough jump shot. No good. Offensive rebound. And headed to the free throw line. Couple back-to-back defensive lapses from the Wildcats. And here come some of the substitutions for the Wildcats as Flippin and Davis come in.
Edipaiba's been a nice addition to this roster. One of 4 freshmen on this roster. Again, we talked about how Skylar Young has rotated this roster, really turned it over in his 2 years since he's taken over. And Edipaiba, again, one of the 4 freshmen, and been in double figures already 8 times in her freshman campaign. That tells you something. She's going to be a competitor on the Division I level. And already today with 7, trying to inch closer to double figures here. And she's one of many international players on this roster as you look. She's from Italy, and you've got Christina Bryant from Jamaica, Benarugas from France, Bonini's also from Italy, Kozlova's from Russia. So a lot of international flavor on the Seattle U team.
Yeah, just trying to find players that Coach Young thinks are going to mesh well together, and I think you mentioned it very well. Edipaiba has looked really good in her debut season. Certainly will be a name to keep an eye on in the Western Athletic Conference. Gets it out of trouble. Hall from the corner. It's good. Great feed, great shot. ACU up 22.
You know, again, that's ball reversal to the opposite side, even when Earl's double teamed on the baseline.
Again, back to back after a score from the Wildcats, giving up a quick score defensively. Flipping, bad pass, intercepted. Redhawks on the fast break, a rare opportunity for them, and they cash in. Edo Paiba, double figures and then some, 13 points. And Coach Goodenough says enough, it's timeout. Wildcats still with a large advantage. And we will be back in just a moment. Back here at Moody Coliseum after the timeout. ACU looking to respond. There's flipping underneath the basket, wide open. Good heads-up play from the Wildcats, who are facing a full-court press.
Well, Julie Goodenough wanted to call that timeout. Edo Paiba starting to get hot. She scored the last 8 for Seattle U.
They tried to go back inside, and this time it's a turnover for Seattle. They've looked a lot more crisp offensively, avoiding those costly mistakes. But that's now turnover number 19 of the afternoon. Earl driving, dish over to the corner. Davis rolls around, no good. Seattle picks it up. Strickland has been quiet in this contest, and turnover number 20. Good defense from Davis, the feed, back to Davis, trying to find something. Good swing, Earl from distance, it's good. Bella Earl, 19 points, 8 for 11 shooting.
Look at the ball movement on that possession. In transition, extra pass. Hull's got to look at a 3, decides to kick it out. Let the senior bury one from the right side, her 3rd triple today.
And right after I was talking about how much more clean it was offensively for Seattle, they've had 3 turnovers just the past few possessions.
Yeah, they sit at 21 now, Owen, and for ACU's defense, that's the 15th time in 17 games that ACU has forced 20-plus turnovers.
And not only that, but they're plus 12 in the turnover margin. Earl nearly got to 1,000 right there on the miss. Loose ball, and it will stay with ACU. Bella Earl at 999 career points. The senior guard. 2nd team all-conference selection in the WAC last year. Having another great season. Hull underneath the basket, an easy feed. Everything going right for the Wildcats.
That just goes to show you who Bella Earl is. 1 point away from 1,000, and what does she do? The team leader in assists gets another one.
3-pointer, short air ball, reverse layup is good. Much needed bucket from the Redhawks.
As Edo Paiba, another bucket just on the air ball. Peyton Hull went to block out. Edo Paiba able to find the basketball in the air where Hull was still trying to block out. Edo Paiba just beat her to the basket.
It'll be an offensive foul on ACU. Turnover number 10.
That's her first of the game, 10 foul number 2.
The Wildcats doing a good job today responding after the tough loss against Utah Valley to start conference play in double overtime. I think head coach Goodenough will certainly, as any head coach, want to fix a couple things. She's seen a couple issues defensively that she was talking about too at halftime, but as a collective whole, it's been a great performance for the Wildcats.
Well, I think so. A great bounce back game for the Wildcats, who in the preseason were picked 4th in the WAC. I think had played better than 4th in the WAC in their non-conference portion, but were humbled again last week by Utah Valley. So this is a good bounce back, and they needed it.
Here it is. No good from Earl. Would have sent her over the 1,000 mark. And we will keep waiting. 60-37. Seattle moving a little careless here and there, and that's just been the story of the afternoon. 5 turnovers in the last 2.5 minutes for the Redhawks. 23 on the game.
Oh, and good to see Zoe Jackson get in the game. The senior, the transfer from Butler. She's been battling stress fracture in the shin. Getting back into the lineup.
Kozlova from distance. Back to a 20-point game. And yeah, you talk about Jackson battling that injury and just out of McKinney, Texas, has been with the Wildcats for some time now. Been a great facilitator.
And she's the personality of this team. It's good to see Zoe back on the floor.
That'll be a travel on the take. Gomez losing her footing inside the paint. Wildcats shooting 47%. Seattle shooting well as well, 43%, but the big difference, 18 more shot attempts for the Wildcats here today. Liggett, the feed. It's good, barely even touching the net. Kozlova.
Back-to-back triples on back-to-back possessions. Only shoots it at 24%. Able to hit back-to-back there.
Seattle making 5 of their last 6. It's an 8-0 run for the Redhawks. Gomez. Now Chavez. Tough take inside, but draws the foul and headed to the free throw line. The junior guard transfer from the University of New Mexico, making her 17th appearance in 17 games this season.
Natalia's been a nice addition as well. She's a spot-up three-point shooter. That's her game. She's had multiple threes 7 different times, including 2 versus Utah Valley a week ago. You're going to find Natalia in a position sometime during this WAC schedule where she's going to play big-time clutch minutes and hit big-time clutch shots in competitive tight games. That's the type of player Natalia is, the transfer from New Mexico.
Hasn't seen a whole lot of opportunities at the free throw line this season. We'll go 1 for 2 there. Seattle moving quickly. Need to put something together in the last 11. Liggett, guarded by Chavez. A lot of switching, deep three-pointer, and the heat check. Loose ball, ACU picks it up. Here's Earl, chance to go 2 for 1.
Yeah, Kozlova feeling it on that possession.
Earl, over to Jackson. And miscommunication on the cut. 12th turnover of the day for the Wildcats. No field goals for ACU in the past 2.5 minutes. They've gone a little cold offensively.
See if Adepaiba gets a touch on this possession. Scored 10 in a row, but hasn't touched it about the last 3 trips.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be time to go back to her. Liggett 0 for 4. She has the rock. Kozlova on Jackson. 7 seconds left. Inside the paint, turnaround, tough shot, won't fall. Good rebound from ACU, and that will end quarter number 3 here in Moody Coliseum. It's an 18-point lead for the Wildcats of Abilene Christian here at Moody Coliseum. We'll be back for the final 10 minutes of action on ESPN+.
And welcome back to Moody Coliseum. The Wildcats up 61-43. Looking at Seattle University's Tasha Kozlova. Since transferring into Seattle U, she's made a name for herself, earning her WAC Newcomer of the Week award on December 2nd. She averaged 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 1.5 steals while coming off the bench in 2 games against East Texas A&M and UC Santa Barbara. She's remained a strong piece for the Redhawks off the bench and is going to have a huge impact if they're going to win in WAC play this season. Guys, back to you.
No doubt about it, it's been making a big impact, trying to rally the squad here today as well. And again, it's just been a bright spot when it seems like they just need to find a basket.
Yeah, hit those back-to-back threes there late in the third. Keeping this one manageable here as we start the 4th quarter. But yeah, she had a nice quarter, as did Adepaiba, who leads the way.
Good feed back to Troxel. Back up to 20-point advantage.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it, Emma, her 10th double-figure game earlier, her 4th consecutive. Has really grown from last year. She only scored in double figures 4 times as a freshman, already has done that 10 here this year.
A bad pass makes it another turnover for Seattle. Had a nice opportunity on the back door, couldn't connect though. And that's turnover number 24. Or correction, will stay with Seattle. As deflected by ACU. So 12 seconds left in the shot clock. Decides to take it immediately and well short. Earl, 4,000, will not fall. That was a good opportunity. Sometimes those are the toughest shots to bring down, though, the ones where you're just wide open.
Yeah, she just wants to keep us in suspense a little while longer. That's all. Only a matter of time. Great day for Bella, though.
Yeah, without a doubt.
19 and 7 rebounds. Peyton with 14, Emma with 13.
And 6 assists as well, just all around. A great game from Earl.
Yeah, remember back-to-back triple doubles a year ago, early in the season.
How about that one? Earl going on the attack, looking to feed. Troxel to Hull. Now Mays, everyone getting a touch. And that one deflected, will stay with the Wildcats.
The Red Hawks will stay with ACU.
There was a point last year when Bella had those back-to-back triple doubles. She and some girl named Caitlin Clark were tied in that category, 2 triple doubles. Caitlin got a few more throughout the year.
And I feel like the way she's played has really spread and become contagious with the rest of the players. It's the selfless basketball and recognizing you can get hot at any time. Too strong for Earl on the corner 3.
Well, the foundational pieces are here. It's just the starting 5 on the floor. 4 of these 5 were here in the offseason and really made a commitment to being here with Coach Julie Goodenough. They had a fantastic offseason. Coach Goodenough went and found the pieces that she needed to build this roster. And, you know, through the first 16 games, they have really, in my opinion, gelled to make a competitive run through the SWAC the next 2 months.
Yeah, without question. Trying to go for the turnover, instead collides with Bryan. So Rivers will pick up the foul.
You know, Rivers is the one of the 5 who was not here last year, but, you know, as a graduate student, the transfer from Texas A&M Kingsville, the wealth of knowledge she brings in as a 5th-year player, and she's really come into her own. She was our impact player today, played 46 of the 50 minutes. Julie Goodenough has given her the keys to the car at the point guard spot.
Yeah, she's been able to do it at multiple locations now. Had a lot of success at Kingsville and now here at ACU as well. And another turnover for the Red Hawks. 20-point lead, under 8 to play. Back to Earl at the top of the key. A little ISO action. Decides to give it up once again. Now Mays on the screen from Earl and headed to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Again, it's a screen away from the ball that gives Meredith an opportunity to cut down the paint. Able to make the catch. Contact comes over. We'll send Meredith to the line. Today it's been execution of offense. Yeah, I mean, I think all day long the execution of the game plan has been pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's been a long time, at least from what I can remember, with ACU women's basketball and how aggressive they've been going to the paint today as it continues to find success. 38 points in the paint from their 64. And again, the aggressive defense from the Wildcats has been expected in this contest. We've seen it this season, but I don't know if anyone expected a plus 13 turnover margin. That has been key to their success today.
Well, it started early with full court pressure. Julie Goodenough wanted to push the tempo and created the full court pressure, and Seattle U's just had a difficult time just getting in sync, even when it's only been half court.
Rivers, pass intercepted, and then takes it right away to Hall, and then a foul. And that'll be on Edo Paiva. Third personal.
Yeah, she got her money's worth on that one.
Yeah.
I think the officials are going to have a conversation about it. Edo Paiva the steal, then lost it in transition on the dribble, and then in frustration, a
little bit of a check.
Yeah, pretty good forearm shiver.
The foul call, number 23.
It looks like they'll keep it just a common foul, but Edo Paiva got her money's worth on that one.
That's her third of the game. Team foul number 3.
That's a growth moment for the freshman.
Absolutely.
ACU ball.
Well, Seattle will still be looking for that first conference win on the season as they stay on the road moving forward. They got Utah Tech, Southern Utah for returning home against UT Arlington. And an and one opportunity. Peyton Hull getting aggressive inside. And the lead continues to grow. How about a great feed, though, from Hayes as well?
It was just, just great off-the-ball movement to get post position and great entry pass. A little shimmy to the inside of the paint, then drop step to the baseline, and the three-point play for Peyton Hull.
Hull up to 17 points. And a big soon-to-be victory for the Wildcats.
Still leads the WAC in that category. Coy Love is from UTA trying to catch her. Coy put up 29 last week in the WAC opener, but Bella's still well out in front of the points per game, leading the WAC.
Davis brings it up for the Wildcats. Nearly another turnover. That's what Coach Goodenough wants to see, is a little bit more clean game offensively, avoiding those turnovers. Earl, there it is. The 1,000-point mark is here for the senior guard.
Boy, what a day to do it. 21, and now 1,000 and another steal.
A great performance today, capped off with more success. Everyone getting some action on offense.
Well, I think Bella's just the definition of an ACU Wildcat, what she's done in her 4 years.
Three-pointer too strong as Hull gets the rebound.
And congrats to her for number 1,000.
Trying to go for more, and that time won't be able to get it up. Stay with the Wildcats. And let's take a look one more time. The bucket to send her over the mark. 1,001 career points. Nice little floater.
The selflessness of Hull to drive and dish to her in the corner, and then the athleticism of Bella to put it on the floor. Look off the defender, and nice easy floater from 5 feet out.
Davis to Hull, back to Davis on the attack, and draws the foul before the bucket. Great career from Bella Earl, who has really cemented herself as a key player for many years in the purple and white. Weren't sure if she was going to get there, but after we, at least for today's contest, but after we saw how quickly she exploded in that first quarter and first half, we knew it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, and again, she's just been one, you know, when somebody has a triple-double, that tells you, that tells you what type of player they are. Selfish, selfless, she can do it all. When Julie talked about her at the halftime break, she does it on the offensive glass. She's just all over the floor, defensively, offensively, and when you do that, good things happen.
21-7-6 from Earl today. It's not a triple-double, but it is oh so valuable. The 30-point lead. Wildcats going to pick up their first conference win on the season and improve to 12-5 on the year. Nice feed, Troxel can't get it as Flippin tried to keep it alive and goes back to Seattle. The rebuild and still in the works for the Redhawks. There are a lot of talented players on this Redhawks squad, but just trying to mesh and clean up the game a little bit, limit those turnovers. Could change how this season goes for Seattle. Still very early in conference play.
Well, Larson again, another project for Seattle, but hits the three on the last trip. Peyton Hull takes her to the rim this time.
Right underneath the basket, a defensive lapse from the Wildcats. And you wonder how much longer Coach Goodenough wants to keep some of the key players out on the court. Earl going on the attack, and it rolls right on down, making 1,003 on the career.
Well, that's the storyline of today. One step quicker, whether it's in half-court offense and making the pass at the right time to beat the defense, or just doing it one-on-one with the dribble.
Aruga won't fall, put back does. And we will head to our final media timeout. 77-50, Wildcats in full control.
All right, fans, we have ACU women's basketball.
It's been a great career. The senior, Bella Earl, getting a standing ovation before coming back onto the broadcast. Announced at the Moody Coliseum. She eclipsed 1,000 career points. And can't speak enough about how much she's contributed to this ACU program over the past 4 years.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch each of the last 4 years, and her development and growth. Roman will get a chance to talk to her post-game. We'll get her thoughts. That'll be a fun interview with Bella. She's eccentric personality. That'll be a fun interview.
Without question. 23 points, 10 for 18, 3 3-pointers, but also doing a great job other than just scoring as well. 7 rebounds, 6 assists in 32 minutes. $77-50 Wildcats, just about 4 minutes away from their first conference win of the season. Hopes are high for this team.
Oh, and we were looking at the stat sheet there in the break, and Wildcats have forced 30 Seattle U turnovers today. That's now 58 turnovers forced in 2 WAC games. Utah Valley had 28 last Saturday and now 30 today. Defense at a premium for the Wildcats. They continue trends like that, they're going to be in a lot of basketball games here in the conference.
Yeah, they're going to really be able to rely on that to find success in those close games. That time, Seattle gets the putback, 78-52. A lot of contributions across the board, though, for the Wildcats. Troxel, 13 points. Peyton Hall, very efficient, 7 for 13, 19 points. 3 Wildcats scoring in double figures here this afternoon as Davis finds an open 3. Can't cash in. Offensive rebound. And we will stay put at 78-52.
We talk about that defense being at a premium. Wildcats will need it this coming week. It's a tough week this coming week. Grand Canyon will be here on Thursday. That will be a huge game. Of course, Grand Canyon, the preseason favorite in the WAC. And then a quick turnaround, a Thursday, Saturday with a home and a road. And
yeah,
it's out to California Baptist. And don't overlook the Lancers. They struggled in non-conference, but they are finding their traction, playing some good basketball as conference opener. Conference season gets underway.
Another forced turnover for the Wildcats. So 59 forced turnovers in the last 2 games. So impressive. It's on the other end for Seattle has been a tough go. It's the 3rd most turnovers in a game this season. They've had 32 and 38 in non-conference play, up to 31 now here today on the road. Up next for Seattle, they'll stay on the road. Up to Utah next, where they'll face Utah Tech and Southern Utah next week before returning back home and hosting UT Arlington. Seattle trying to put a little bit of something together before they leave Abilene to return home.
Yeah, Edapaiba the only in double figures today with 15. Brian has 9, Walker 8, Ben Aruga 7. But Edapaiba got hot there in the 3rd quarter, but that's really been it.
And you know, the thing for them is efficiently, they get 40% shooting. That's not a bad number that a coach is going to hate. It's the turnovers. Yep. That's going to be something that is going to be discussed, I'm sure, and already has been discussed in game film.
Well, 17 less field goal attempts for Seattle U. That's a matter of turnovers. You're giving away possessions. You're not even getting a shot up on the rim. And really, that's the difference in the game today.
Nice feed, backdoor, and Troxel is up to 15 now. 80-52, and a little too aggressive foul called on the Wildcats. Gomez.
Foul called on the Wildcats.
Again, a big one on Thursday as Grand Canyon will be here, and Grand Canyon playing great. Had a chance to watch them play Utah Valley on Thursday night, and they look really good. They can get up and down the floor. That's a deep roster, deservedly the preseason conference favorite on a tremendous winning streak. They'll bring that winning streak here on Thursday. They had the open date here today. Don't play today, so next time they're on the floor will be Thursday.
It'll be a great matchup and a great test for the Wildcats, who will be riding high after the big win. Improved to 1-1 in conference play. To the corner, ACU looking for an exclamation point, and they find it. Woodson out of Richmond, Virginia. Cashes in from the corner. Final seconds here in Abilene, Texas. Wildcats 12-5 now on the year, as Seattle falls to 3-12 and 0-2 in conference play. A big win for the Wildcats. Great way to bounce back after a killer double OT loss to start WAC play. On the other end for the Red Hawks, it's back to the drawing board, trying to sort things out early in conference play.
Well, no doubt, and it's going to be an uphill battle for Skylar Young and Seattle U. They play hard, they're competitive, but ACU today just got started early. Again, a step ahead. It felt like in so many aspects of the game today, we're able to build a lead. You turn over Seattle U 30-plus times, and with that, you see the difference on the scoreboard. A 28-point spread on a day when ACU only makes 6 threes. That's their game. Only have 6 threes. Had you told me we're only going to make 6 threes but have 83 points on the board, not sure I'd believe you first, but again, it's defense to offense and a great job of the Wildcats all the way through.
And a big reason for that difference right there on the screen, number 3, Bella Earl. Over 1,000 career points now, as Roman Raffelli is ready to give us the post-game interview. We'll take it to you, Roman.
A big win, your first conference win this season. How can you guys continue this success moving forward?
I mean, every game is new. The WAC is crazy. Everyone is going to be a hard competitor, and so we're just going to celebrate this win, and then we have an off day, and we're just going to clean slate, start preparing for the next game.
All right, thank you, Bella. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Roman. A great performance from the senior, Bella Earl, doing it all once again, as she has done it so many times. It's been very impressive and a big win for the Wildcats, as we talked about, finally getting that conference win after the tough loss in double overtime. Again, we can talk all about Bella Earl. It has been an impressive career for her.
Yeah, no doubt, with the 23 points and now over 1,000 for her. And yeah, it was a great bounce-back win for the Wildcats, one that they needed. Very disappointed, I know, last week. They let one slip away in double overtime versus Utah Valley. How do you respond? You do it on the floor. They did that today. They get ready for a big one on Thursday versus Grand Canyon.
Yeah, early on trying to determine the pretenders and the contenders in conference play. And this will certainly tell at least a part of that story, that ACU, as we talked about, being picked up high in that preseason conference poll, and they're showing it on display here. A big reason for it. Big win for the Wildcats, for the entire crew. I'm Owen Simpson alongside Andy Penny, Roman Raffelli, and the entire student crew led by Hutton Harris saying so long from Abilene, Texas. All games airing on the ESPN networks or streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
Make sure to get your tickets at tickets.acusports.com.